Hello there, everybody. This is Alex from Hardcorian Guides, being my guide for Resident Evil 4 on professional difficulty. Today we are doing 3-1, and we are going to be heading into the monastery, church-ish looking thingy. I'm not sure. Some kind of like castle fort shit. It's hard to explain what exactly it is. It looks like it's just a mesh of just a whole bunch of different things. So if you come over here, you got some loot, got a snake. I think he appears probably every time. I want to say, I'm not sure, because I think every time I've done that, I think he showed up. So there's a free egg for you if you ever need it. I gave it to Ashley because, well, you know, she's got really low health, and she's in critical condition, so, you know. Yep. Also back there, of course, there was treasure, and you have the merchant, so I decided to grab all the loot before I came in here. Merchant's somewhere around here. There he is. And talk to him, and I'm gonna get some stuff. So, I'm gonna get some stuff going. Sorry about the weird video already. Of course, as always, it's always been a while since I've done these. So, every time I come back, it's always a different story. It's always something. It always feels different. It always feels weird. Coming back to these commentaries. I got a little bit upset earlier because last weekend, while I was rendering episode, I think, 10 of my Ninja Gaiden 3 on my Let's Play channel, and I was uploading episode 9 at the same time, my power went out, and I decided to say, fuck that, I don't care. And then, just today, I was trying to upload episode, I uploaded episode 9, I got through, alright, but episode 10 was corrupted, and I was wondering why. And I went to my editing software and everything, and I saw that episode 8 was the last episode I worked on. I'm like, what the hell? And I forgot that I did a whole session on episode 8. And it just said episode 8, like it usually does, like an idiot that I am. And I completely, totally forgot that episode 10 was a part of that, full session. Along with, I think, episode 11 and 12, most likely. It's just hectic, and now I got people bugging the hell out of me right now, and I'm just having a hard time concentrating and coming back to this. I didn't want to do this video like earlier this week at all. Mainly, I just didn't want to record any commentary for this. That's why. I also hate when people say shit like that, where they say I didn't want to have to record this video, and it's like, well, you just fucking did. You're doing it now, so shut the hell up. When I say it, it's different because I'm basically just don't want to actually do this, but I kind of also do it at the same time because I'm doing it now, but yeah, I didn't want to throughout the few weeks it's been since I've uploaded. I barely even touched this video editing-wise because I don't really particularly like this chapter a whole lot, I guess. Playing it, yeah, sure, but, video-wise, it just seemed really, really, really boring and dull. And yeah, that's gonna definitely showcase here, because this section right here, this entire fight section, is just really obnoxious to deal with, because you have at least, I want to say, 2 enemies on the catapults not at all times. There's only a set amount of guys, so as soon as you take out the 2, you're fine. Usually shoot for the red barrel if you can't see the other guy. Mainly that should hopefully hit the enemy. At least it should. Just follow my lead here to get through this area if you're having trouble. Unless you know how to do it yourself, then congratulations, you're better than me. But if you don't, then just, like I said, follow my lead through this, and I'll lead you through this the safest way that I found to get through here. Because if you run up too far, you might get hit by a fireball, and Ashley might fucking die. You probably won't die, but Ashley would fucking die, and game over. So, yeah, that's the problem. You basically have 2 health bars to worry about in this goddamn game, and that's why people, when it comes to Resident Evil talk, or just talk about escort missions in general, like me, in one of my videos a long time ago, yeah, basically, they always bring Resident Evil 4 as a prime example of it, and it's true, because, Jesus Christ, is it annoying to deal with Ashley, but I think over the years that I've played this game, I think the more I play it, I should say, I think I've realized that Ashley really isn't as bad as I initially thought. Because if you think about it, the enemies typically only go in a straight line half the time. I know that's weird to say that, weird to hear that. Probably thinking like, what the shit are you talking about? Well, if you think about it, enemies are usually placed in very particular positions. And they typically never go out of the way to do anything to you at all, or even try to go for Ashley, to even shoot her. I mean, typically they try to grab her. Yeah, they can hit her, and it sucks when they do, but they typically hit her when they're going to hit you. That's essentially how I see it. So really, if you just hide her, just put her away for a while, she really shouldn't be much of a problem, but I don't know. She still is kind of annoying to have the fact to deal with, but I think they probably implemented that just to make the game even harder, considering the fact that the game's somewhat easy enough to deal with. Yeah, right here, I guess somebody fucking beelined right toward her, and I didn't even notice that he was even alive or even existed. So I had to run my ass all the way back over here and then find out where the hell he was going. Typically, when they go to grab Ashley, they'll always head toward a door. So if you know where a particular door is at, and you probably know which door they're probably going to, just find, start heading toward that direction and see if you can find Ashley that way. That's what I'd say. Down here, to me, was the best place to put her. The only reason why was because there was no way to get behind her. You only had to go for the front. So, which basically gave me the idea that when she got grabbed, okay, she's in front of that whole area, because these guys take forever to carry her too. So I got plenty of time to get back there and find her. And of course, luckily I did. But she will get grabbed and killed and all that great stuff later on. Oh yeah, she's gonna have it coming to her eventually, so. Alright, now I have another guy to deal with, it seems like. We're not even done with this part yet. I'm gonna consider 3-1 as a 3-parter. I'm not gonna upload it in 3 parts. That's retarded. In video-wise, this is gonna be cut into like 3 different sections or so. And there's one particular section that's just gonna really just piss me off, having to sit there and watch it. Mainly because I keep having a loading screen pop up multiple freaking times and it just gets old real quick. But at that point in time, when I was recording, I thought I was the coolest douche on the block, you know. I was like, man, I'm freaking cool if I can do this. And, well, maybe I am, I don't know. I don't know. I think you can have... I know there's one section where you can have Ashley do this for you. We can have Ashley rotate stuff for you. And this section might not be what I'm thinking of. I know there is one particular that I know for sure, but this one right here I don't think is it, so. Yep. Go ahead and lift up the cannon, take that thing out, and then just head on your merry way. And that is the end of section 1 of 3 that we'll consider into different sections. Different parts of this area, particularly. So, pretty soon we'll head into section 2 in like a couple minutes. And the worst part is, this is a freaking 30-minute video. I'm only like 10 minutes in. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry, guys. I really don't want to record this particular chapter. I just don't care. I really don't. I'm being honest. I don't give a shit right now. I don't give a shit much anymore. As is. It happens. You know, 1 minute recording, you know, a game, you know, it feels great. Recording the games feel awesome. You know, it's like, man, I'm cool. You know, I can beat these games on hard. That's great. But then when you go back to record commentary, it's a whole different story. And man, is that true. Okay, so let's take a look here. You saw there's like a little bit of a cut there. And the reason being is because Ashley either got grabbed or I died a million fucking times in here. So, save you guys 15 minutes worth of trouble, I decided to cut it out. You're welcome. Just kidding, you don't have to be that grateful. Okay, so the first thing I do, you don't have to grab the sword immediately. I mean, you might have to make them spawn, I'm not sure. But either way, I keep Ashley... Where do I keep her? Looks like I'm keeping her down there. This part is very strange. So, the way this works out is you're going to get gangbanged by like a bunch of dudes here. And I kept Ashley in that particular corner. The only reason why is because there's nothing in that corner for her to get you know, hit by. So, I guess what I can say is for this first part right here, for this first wave of enemies, just keep Ashley down here in that corner. That way, and just kind of like keep your eye on the door just in case somebody tries to slip by. Granted, if she gets grabbed, she has a visual and an audio cue for that. So you shouldn't be able to miss it. And then after you take out those guys, I just decided to keep her with me at almost all times up here. Mainly because if I left her down there, you have the red guy and a bunch of other guys that are going to start coming up the stairs and try to grab her. The thing is, if you leave Ashley up here, they have to walk all the way down down those stairs to the door to even leave and to even technically capture her. So to be fairly honest, coming up here and just leaving her just wherever, you know, away, the farthest place away from the stairs, which I assume would probably be the back of the stairs. To me, that seems like it's the best option, considering the fact that they'd have to go around the stairs, and I would easily tell who the fuck's grabbing her at that point. So that's my suggestion for this part right here. This section took me a little while to get down, mainly because of trying to figure out a position where I can put Ashley at so she doesn't get freaking grabbed every 5 minutes. But other than that, it's really not that difficult. And like I was explaining to you guys earlier, as you can see, these enemies typically walk in a straight line for the most part. And I also love that suplex. Oh my god, it's amazing. So it seems to me like enemies in this game typically walk toward a particular path. I mean, yeah, they branch out. Yeah, they do random things. But for the most part, they're almost entirely predictable. Like if you play this game just enough times, if you beat this game just enough times, you can honestly just figure this game out, like just straight up. You know, it's really not that hard when you boil it down to it, to be honest with you. Bam, took care of him. Actually got coated in a little bit of blood there. Nothing too bad. Well, we're gonna grab, you know, the herb and everything, and this is basically what I consider Section 2. Well, no. I consider this part of Section 2, but not definitely the main part that I'm talking about. The main part that's going to give me a fucking hell of trouble. Damn, got him taken care of. That was good. Alright, so just grab both swords. I guess I didn't have this one earlier for whatever reason. Oh, that's why, because I had to put it in. I did have the sword. That's right, I'm stupid. Stupid. Also, keep an eye out for some Sadler paintings that may be around, because if you click on them, you can get money from them, from behind them, so just keep that in mind. Alright, so this will be another sort of irritating part. Nothing too bad. If you keep Ashley behind this area, just away from this door, she should theoretically be okay for the most part. I don't think they ever really come toward you here, so that's what I do. You got a red barrel there, so you can take out multiple enemies. I'm just trying to get these guys to come out. They run up to the frickin' wall for God knows what fucking reason. I don't know why. And then my dumbass decides to stand in front of the door and wait for them to come through and then shoot them that way, like a complete and total dunce. Even though I could just go kill them with a barrel, I decided not to. I decided just to wait and waste everyone's time doing this instead. So that's great. I know, looking back, I could have done a much better job in this game. I could have done a hell of a lot better job. But then again, hey, that's not bad, all things considered. Like, if this was your first time going through professional mode, you're not watching somebody that, you know, can plow through the game in like 5 minutes and actually will take the time to show you what I do and be patient with it instead of just being a complete retard and run through it multiple times to get hit. And you guys will basically take the risk of getting hit yourselves, because if you follow that path, that, you know, if I was to speed through this, you might get hit too. And it sucks. Alright, so once again, if you don't have to do this, you don't have to do any of this crap that I'm doing here. I think standing in front of the door is a safe idea. I mean, there's no doubting it. It's relatively safe, because at least then you know who's coming toward you. And they have no other way of getting into this area besides going through that door, so at this point in time, you're pretty much just good to go. And then leaving Ashley back here, like I said before, was a relatively decent idea, all things considered, because they don't come from the door to the right, or even to the door in the back either. And I think if they were to grab Ashley, I think they would take a right to that door, basically going to the new area. That's what I think they would do. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could always be wrong. Who knows? So that takes care of the first wave of guys. And then once you take care of them, just go ahead and loot this area here. Grab whatever you need to grab. And then head on your merry way to the next area. And keep in mind that enemies will not spawn until you get to that key. Also, come to this window and take care of this guy. That way he doesn't have to shoot you. He was a pain in the ass, like my first playthrough, because I forgot that he was up there. First playthrough of professional mode, not my first original playthrough. And then you have these jackasses that get in the way. Either you shotgun blast them or get a nice, good lineup for a sniper shot, and you can hit both at the same time. That's one thing you'll notice I'm going to start utilizing more often with the riot shield enemies, or just the, not riot shield, just the shielded enemies. If the enemies have shields, I typically like to use a sniper rifle. A shotgun can pretty much blow up that shield in like one good shot if you're good with it. But in my opinion, I think that the sniper rifle is a good shot as well. And mainly in the next section that will, probably not in the next section, but there's going to be a section where there's going to be a lot of shielded enemies. And I whip out the sniper rifle and just plow them down with it. And you'll see what I'm talking about. They basically line up for that shot, and it's great. It feels great. The bullet's big enough to go through not only just multiple shields, but just have a huge, wide shot to where it can just take out a guy, even if it looks like you didn't hit them all in the head. It's great. Okay, so next we got these guys here. These guys are not too troublesome. If anything, what you could do is what I'm doing here and just run to the door, open the door, wait for them to come through, or just line them up and then hit them with the red barrel. That's what I thought I was going to do, but it looked like I was doing something else. And then that ended up taking them all out. So that was good. That was a good shot right there. I think so. And head on out, and we're pretty much done. Are we done? I think there might be more enemies here. No, I think we're good. Okay. I had Ashley follow me only to save myself the trouble of having her catch up. Because if I ran all the way to this door, then I would have to unlock it, and then it'd be like, well, you can't leave without Ashley. And it's like, fucking come on. Alright, so in here, we're going to have... I know there's treasure, and I think it's like right up above us too. You don't have to climb all the way to the top just to get it. You can actually just get it down here if you wanted. You don't have to climb on that balcony that Salazar was on. There should be, I think, a total of 4 pots that you can break in here. There's those 2 over there, and there's 2 over here. And then I think there is a chesticle over here somewhere that you can break out of, break the glass. And time to go typical Resident Evil fashion and basically go collect multitude of items in order to open a singular door. Oh boy, can't wait. Alright, so this next part is hell to some people, and definitely was hell to me, fighting Gazpacho. I don't know his name, I forgot. I know it's not Iron Maiden. But basically the blind dudes that can only, focus on sound. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'll show you how I take them out. And I'll show you how I take out the one where there's 2 guys at one time. I'll give you a hint right now. If you ever get your hands on a free RPG, keep it. Keep it until you fight the Claw dudes. I think that's what their name was in, like, Spanish. But something like... Their Spanish name was something for, like, Claw or something. Or... yeah, some shit like that. I don't remember. But anyway, leave Ashley up here. Don't take her with you down to the boss section. Or the mini-boss section. Mainly because you don't want her getting killed. Because that would be retarded. If she did. I did end up dying. That happens. What do you expect? Okay, like I said. Keep her up here. Don't let her go down into the prison section. She's following me, which pissed me off. Well, I made her follow me because she was stuck into the fucking door. I didn't want her to get, stuck through it on accident. You got 2 bells on both sides of the room. So this should indicate an idea of what we're supposed to do. Kick down the door. Let him go ahead and do his thing. Let him burst out. And then immediately shoot one of the bells, if you can. And let him just kind of stroll his way over there. Now, I think he's fucking bullshit. Because I think he can actually tell where you're at sometimes. Without even, like, knowing where you're at. Which also pisses me off. And right here, what I do is whip out the good old sniper. Shoot him once with the sniper rifle. And then shoot him again in the back. And then if ever he starts whipping out his claws again, run, shoot another bell, and just wait till he basically runs into it and destroy it, and then shoot him with a sniper rifle. The sniper rifle, in my opinion, is one of the best weapons you can use for this. As you can see right there, you shoot him once, he starts freaking out, shoot him again twice, and that should do like a hell lot of damage. I think you only need to shoot him like 6 or 9 times, I'm not really sure. I got really, really lucky right there, though, too. The funny thing is, I guess they want you to use a shotgun because they give you shotgun shells. It's to be assumed that the shotgun is a good weapon here, but I don't think so. So one thing you can do, which was something I did earlier, was the whole thing where essentially you let him stroll around like this, and sometimes he'll stop and kind of, sometimes he'll stop and kind of like move around a bit. And like right here, like he'll be like, where the hell is he? And when he does that, get a nice good shot, and bam, he's dead. Not too troublesome, but they can be really irritating sometimes. These guys really can be. And you'll see later when we have to fight 2 at the same goddamn time. Oh man, it's painful, but that's how this game is, you know. A lot of the mini bosses are quite irritating to deal with. Go ahead and hit this lever, and that's it for that. Next up is section 3. Wait. Or whatever, I guess. I don't know. Well, my video was cut. God damn, what is my throat? I'm getting sick of this. I'm getting sick of this shit. Sorry guys, I'm so freaking irritated right now. I'm so annoyed. Everything's not going my way. Why did you spawn a lost plugs, you fucking faggot asshole? Take him out, take these guys out, do whatever you need to do. So we got another section coming up, whether you call it part 3, I don't fucking care anymore. Basically, this is going to be a long part. Only because of these goddamn waves of enemies that come out and piss me off. And we got even more. You know what, I'm going to mute my mic 1 second. Okay, there we go. Thank God you didn't have to hear that, because I think it might have thrown up a little bit of something. I don't know. I had to, you know, basically cough as loud as I possibly fucking could to get this shit out of my throat, because I get tired of this. And I woke up this morning with a fucking message saying, like, are you up? Can you call me? Like, why? Why? So that's why I'm annoyed today, folks. That's why I'm so goddamn irritated. Because when you wake up and you have to call somebody, basically a woman, and pisses me off. Yeah, I know. And it was all for nothing, too. It's just because she's bored. I'm like, are you fucking serious? Worst part is, it's a family member of mine, too. That's the worst part of it. It's so fucking irritating. Like, if it was like any other woman, I would just tell her to fuck right off. But if it, you know, if it's a family member, it's like, oh, god damn it. You know, fine. Whatever. Whatever, fine. So anyway, this next section, oh my god, I hate this. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to instantly target the 2 crossbows on both the left and the right. Take them out, let their heads get blown the hell off, and then walk back to the door, and there you go. See? They're gone. They don't exist anymore. Do the same thing for every enemy. Rinse, lather, repeat, you're good. If these guys get too close to you, run back to the door, and then respawn them. They will reposition just like so. This is probably one of the easiest tricks I found to taking down this part, because this part is just really hell annoying, and I hate it, and I freaking hate it. So yeah, this guy also, he takes, I think, about 2 shots. He typically spawns a Las Plagas, and I think after a certain amount of enemies have been dealt with, that's when all of a sudden the guys from the other side are going to spawn. Hang on 1 second. Okay, so anyway, yeah. You got right-shoulder enemies that are going to start spawning out. Just pick them off as you see fit. Do what you need to do. And hold on, where did I freaking spit at? Jesus Christ. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm getting fucking... There's mucus like all through my throat. I'm getting really irritated right now by this. Having to keep coming my commentary just for it. And you guys can probably hear like a little boop sound every freaking time it happens. Alright, so anyway... once you take out a good amount of enemies, you don't really technically need to use the respawn trick very often. If you ever feel unsafe, and if you ever feel like you need to reset their position, by all means go ahead. I will do it again near the end section when I need to start using the lever, or I think it's like after I use the lever to get the stairs down. I think I use it one more time in order to respawn the guys that have the size and whatnot. Okay, so that's pretty much this section in a nutshell. The first part, nah, I guess it really wasn't that bad. But it's mostly this next section that's going to come up. In the section after that, where we have to use Ashley, we have to keep an eye on Ashley the whole time. That's the next section that's going to really irritate the hell out of me. So, grab whatever you can. Grab all the ammo, all that good stuff. That should be the end of these guys spawning in here, hopefully. At least spawning when I'm over here. There is one guy down the stairs and in the middle of that area, and he doesn't come after you until you basically go after him. So once you see him and he sees you, you know, you guys lock eyes, and instantly from then on it's just love after first sight. So once you get down here, take his ass out, run through the door, and then do the whole puzzle thing and let them spawn. And the thing I do is I decide to stay in that room, which technically isn't probably that safe, all things considered, after I realized doing it that it probably wasn't the safest bet. But I felt like at the time it might have been the safest way to do things, but do it how you want. If you want to run back out here and kind of like trip these guys up, you know, let them run on corners and shit and basically slow them down, that's always a good idea too. I'm just checking for enemies because I think at this point I heard somebody, but I'm not sure what I did. I'm not sure what I was doing there anyway. Okay, so this puzzle's pretty easy. Just have Ashley stand on one of the sides and then run up to the other side and do that, and there you go. You can have Ashley do the lever, or you can do it yourself. I recommend just doing it yourself. Just basically take out all the enemies and just do it yourself, because Leon does it faster, so there's that too. There's that added benefit, and man, you don't even have to put down the stairs all the way through. You only have to go like halfway, and the game does the rest itself, so that's great. All right. Hide Ashley in one of the corners. If you're gonna use this room to your advantage, just hide her in one of these corners and hide with her, and essentially just pick them off as they come through. There will be guys with shields, so be careful of that. So just keep that in mind. You know, if you can go for a headshot, just shoot these assholes in the head and get that nice kick, so you can kind of knock them back. You see that hole up there? Yeah, enemies will spawn from there too. So they will not spawn from there, but they'll fall down that hole too. So keep your eye out on both the hole and the door over here. That's the thing you want to keep your eyes on. And after a little while of taking out a few guys, just run out and continue on your merry way. And that's pretty much all you have to do here. Just, you know, let them come to you pretty much. That's what I'm doing. But yeah, you see how, like, retarded these shields are? They take more than a few pistol shots to break down, but a nice good shotgun blast is great for it. And that's what I recommend using here. They give you shotgun shells, so just keep that in handy. Unless you're doing, like, knife-only run, then I have no idea what the fuck you're watching my guide for this, but hey, you know, more power to you, I guess. Somehow that guy got lucky enough to basically pretty much grab me. Ugh, more fucking bloggers. But a nice, good semi-auto rifle shot should take that out. I think a nice, good sniper shot in general should be enough to take it out, but I'm not sure how much damage you need in order to do that in one shot. So I just say get the semi-auto rifle when you get the chance, and then just use that from then on. Because let's be honest, guys, the semi-auto rifle is like the best freaking rifle you get in this goddamn game. There's no doubting that. And my computer's going to hell and back. Okay, great. So yeah, I think that's probably most likely the end of these enemies here. I don't think there's any more that's going to spawn, so I wait a little bit. And once I feel that it's safe enough to come out, that's when I come out. Oh, there's another one. There he is. There might have been an audio cue. I can't tell. I can't listen to this video. I can't hear what's going on, guys. This is me being a complete dunce. I should have ran up and just kicked his ass, but I decided not to. Yeah, see, it took a few shots just to break this thing down, and I'm basically missing most of his head, too. The other problem is, if you happen to break the top of the shield to where you make the head vulnerable, you can't get a stun shot, or you can't get like a, you know, a quick time event on them, though, unfortunately. So you're gonna have to shoot them normally with a good old pistol, shotgun, or whatever the hell you want to use. The other good thing too is whenever you're running, Ashley sometimes looks behind her, and that can actually be very, very useful. And the reason why it's very useful is because that basically indicates, okay, there's an enemy near me. And I always love having that. That's actually a really good attention to detail. I really like having that. So, right here, like I said, you have a choice. You can either let Ashley do it, or I think you do it. And I recommend just doing it personally for Leon, but that's just me. Granted, you could just, you know, have Ashley do it and just protect her. Because it'll be more focused on her than you. But that'll just take more time. That's what I feel like. So I decided to run not straight down. I decided to take a right, as you saw there. The reason why is because these guys can throw a scythe. And that sucks. So just run out the door, make them respawn, and then snipe the shit out of them. You see there's actually a shield guy that spawned on the right side too. So yeah, he might have gotten you tripped up from behind. That's one thing you gotta be careful of. I think there's a shield guy right behind me. Yep. Alright, well no, just a normal enemy. Okay, great. So he dropped pretty quickly. Thank God I don't have to deal with him anymore. And that is it for those guys. We still have more time left in this video. Basically, we're going to have to do the next area of this, or next part of this area, which is essentially having Ashley put up the platforms for us. And I think, I don't know if we have to do the fire section yet or not. I don't know if it's a later chapter or not. I don't remember. Alright, I guess there's some enemies over here. Alright, cool. Well, like always, if you get back here, you can just whip out a good old shotgun or something, or just hide behind the door. However the hell you want to do it, you know, it's totally up to you. Hide behind the door and just let them through. Just kill them that way. That's always a good idea. You know, just whip up the pistol, get a nice good kick, and bam! When they're on the ground, knife their ass, and then they are dead. So, there you go. Well, okay, except for one little jackass who decides to spawn a Plagas on him. Fucking imbecile. Take him out, and we're good. Well, we got still more. I recommend keeping your sniper shots, mainly because you're going to have to shoot guys that are going to pretty much be everywhere, and the sniper is a really good weapon against taking enemies out in like one shot. So that always, to me, benefits, but that's just me. Alright, there is more stuff in the other section over here, so if you need more stuff, come over here and grab it and hopefully you get something to spawn. Looks like I got a grenade. That's not too bad. Not the best thing I could have, but hey, it works. Alright, so this next part, whoo, this is going to be a little toughie. What we're going to have to do is let Ashley do her business, and you're going to have to keep both an eye out on her and yourself. So the best place to stand, I believe, is back over here, because no enemies can spawn behind you. But they will spawn in front of you, and they will, you know, come up the stairs and try to hit you. So there's that. Make sure you're loaded, make sure you're prepared and ready to go for this next fight, because this next fight is going to be a pain in the ass. So just bear that in mind. If you run out of bullets, I have no clue what the hell you're supposed to do. I assume you could just probably just knife a dude and kill him and hopefully get bullets out of it. That's the thing too, like I don't really technically run out of bullets in this game, so if you do, I'm sorry, that's kind of your fault. But yeah, I feel like this game gives you just enough supplies, especially with the handgun ammo, they give you plenty enough. Alright, so whenever you feel like someone is spawning, just go ahead and look that way and kill them. And also make sure, again, to keep an eye out on yourself here, because like I said before, they will come after you. And it sucks. So if they get too close, just shotgun blast their ass. And there you go. If a good way to defend Ashley is not only just a sniper rifle, because it basically takes the guys out in one shot, but also the handgun too. Considering the fact that if you have good shot or good aim, or just close enough to them, you can essentially just knock them down before they even get to Ashley in the first place. So that's the first one that Ashley, luckily, runs to the other side on her own accord instead of make me fucking grab her and throw her down. That'd be just the dumbest thing they would ever have created. And I'm still having to fight these assholes. So like you see, like I'm even having to struggle with these guys here, and I'm running out of ammo too, and I basically have no more shotgun shells, which sucks. Luckily, I still have sniper shots, so I can take out anybody that gets too close to her, or too damn close to me. And bam. Yeah, these guys, the guys on the bridge, well, hell, even just every enemy in general, guys, just every fucking dude in the enemy. Oh, wait, he didn't stop. Oh, damn, he ran straight for her. But yeah, the problem is, I think that might actually reset the lever, but I'm not too entirely sure. As you can tell, no doubt, it definitely takes quite a while for it to go. I mean, when you're watching the video, it doesn't seem like it's that long, but when you're playing the game, it's a whole different story, because at that point, you feel the pressure, and it really sucks having to deal with this crap. So, yeah. There might be a limit of enemies that do spawn in this section, it feels like. So most likely we're good. Okay, maybe it doesn't actually reset that. So hopefully it doesn't. I know there's a guy behind me. We'll take care of him in just a second. Luckily, whenever Ashley does fall down, your back is not turned toward... Your back basically almost turns toward the wall, which is also nice. There's this asshole. If you actually kick this guy off, he disappears forever. So that's just kind of funny and just cool and funny at the same time. So that takes care of him. Let Ashley over here and just run up to the door. And here I am being a complete dunce and not waiting for her. Oh, wait, no, I did. Good. I'm a true gentleman. All right, so that takes care of that section. I hate it, but that's how it is. There's treasure on the back of one of these heads here. So just turn around and there you go. Bam. I think it's a spinal. Yep. Spinal. I don't know. So anyway, there's going to be a bottle cap area over here. There's, you know, the shootout thing. I don't really do that. That's for a trophy, but I'm working on that right now. My own personal playthrough. So hopefully I can do those. You got a merchant. You got a save room. So do what you can. This was the area that had the chesticle. Not the other one I was thinking about. This one is the one that has the one behind the glass. So go ahead and grab that. Open up this. Get some shotgun shells. And then we only have, I think, one way we can go, technically. So we'll deal with that once we get to that. Awesome, awesome. Freaking awesome. Friggin' sweet. Alright, let's take a look here. What am I going to do now? Am I going to buy anything? I don't know. See, that's the best part about these guides, guys, is even I don't know what the hell's going to happen. Oh, I do. Well, I'd take a look. I always take a look, just to be on the safe side. It's mandatory of me to do that and sell off some of the TMP ammo I don't need and treasure I don't need, too. The elegant mask does take stuff, so just make sure you keep that on hand until you find out what you need with it. I upgrade the good old Red 9, and I think that should be the end of the chapter. So I will see you guys next time when we go and head into chapter 3 dash... Oh, sorry. We head into 3-2. And, yep, that should be it. So, I hope you guys enjoyed what you could. I'm sorry it was a shitty video, but it happens. Anyway, take care, everybody.